Hey, I got myself a chicken, I got myself a can of beer. Guess what we're making this time and cook? Like a bastard. There must be about 2,558 ways to make chicken, and that's just today. Today we're going to be making beer can chicken, and we got a couple of the main ingredients here. We got a can of beer, we got a chicken here, it's about a 4-pound fryer, and we're going to make a dry rub for this. We'll talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to take it outside and grill it for about an hour. So the basis behind your beer can chicken is that the beer, as it's cooking, actually moisturizes the chicken, and it makes it very tasty. So I'm going to start with a dry rub here to rub on the outside of the chicken, and I'm using some paprika, some lemon pepper, some garlic pepper, some Lowry seasoned salt. Maybe I'll get some underwriting from them now. Some garlic, a little bit of salt, and some Korean red pepper. So I put this all in the bowl and I mix it up nicely here. And before you apply your dry rub, make sure your chicken is nice and dry. So give it a little extra patting because you want to make sure that it's really dry. So what I do, I get this bowl here and I'm just going to put the chicken in here, grab a little bit, put it on the hand, and just roll it around a little bit. Make sure it's nicely covered on the outside. Just really kind of rub as the name might imply, the spices in there. So do that, drop some in the inside. If you got a couple cloves of garlic laying around, why don't you throw those in the inside too? And I got a few chopped red onions I had, so I'm going to put those on the inside. They'll probably fall out because gravity comes into play here. But I'm going to continue making sure this is nicely seasoned. And then once I feel I got it adequately rubbed, I'm going to put my beer can into it and then put it into the fridge. Now the problem with the beer can is there's actually too much beer in there. So if we take one moment, I can fix that. Boy, I love this job, huh? So anyhow, so what I'm going to do here is let some of this gravity happen and put the chicken right over the beer can as the name applies. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and this will sit for about an hour, just kind of let the dry rub and the ingredients marinate together a bit. Then we're going to be back and we're going to put it on the grill here and cook like a bastard. We're going to make some bastard bakers. Now that's not just when I bake something. And by the way, I must clarify, even if we were doing a bastard baker, I wouldn't be a bastard. I'm just kind of a guy who cooks like a bastard. I want to make that clear. But what we're making some bastard baked potatoes, and these are going to be zippy and good and made on the grill. So we're going to start with a regular Idaho baker here. We're going to cut it in two. And then take your apple core. Don't get confused. It can also be a potato core if you want. And you're going to make a little canal here, a little tunnel, a little passageway for flavor and fun. And there it is. We're going to do that one more time on the other one. That's a good thing of having two halves. So you open this up and you start digging. You start digging. You start burrowing in like you're a gopher. Like you're a Minnesota gopher here. Or any other gophers or rodents that you choose to be during the towering out process. So anyhow, you have your little canals in here, and I'm going to make little more canals here. I call these the flavor adding canals, because this is where the juices of what you do goes flowing into the potatoes and making an exquisite bastard bake. So we're going to do this on both of these. And then we're going to put a little pepper on it. And a little salt. We like to use pink salt here. It's the official salt of Cook Like a Bastard. It's the pink salt. Shows the gentler side of what we do to prove that maybe we're not bastards. So put that on, and then I'm going to take a couple cloves of garlic here. They're peeled. I'm going to split them. And then just fill up one of the canals with garlic. And then I have a jalapeno here. That must be where the bastard side comes in. Hot and zippy. Cut off the tail here. I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm just going to mince it up. And you can make them any size you want. You know, smaller is probably better because it's going to help it break down and give more flavor to the whole potato. I like to keep the seeds in. It gives it a little more zip. So put these guys in here. Take a little olive oil. Take a little olive oil, or a lot if you want. These are your choices. And put it on the inside to help the flavor. Well, olive oil gives it the flavor and also the flowing factor of it. Now we got to play with gravity. Pretend like you're closing a book here. Whew, that worked pretty well. And then grab a skewer, a little metal skewer, bamboo skewer, whatever you want. And be careful not to poke through your finger. Which we didn't this time. Not that we ever have in any of the practice rounds here. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. That's why you got to kind of look at some of the behind the scene things. You can see those on cooklikeabastard.com, where you can find promos and product, and you can dress up like a bastard if you want to. They'll never know. So anyhow, we're going to put this out on a grill for about an hour. It's going to be tasty, it's going to be good, it's going to be for you here on Cook Like a Bastard. We are here in the back lot of the Clab Studios. We've heated up the grill here. It's preheated to about 400 degrees or so. We have a little hickory burning down there to make it a little more smoky, and we got our bastard baits ready to be baked. So we're going to put them on here. Now make sure when you put them on, we'll put them on the rack and try to keep it so they are parallel with the shelf here, so you're not dumping out the nummy insides that we worked so hard to put there. And remember, you've coated this with olive oil, and this is going to cook very nicely in about an hour or so. And this is our beer can chicken. We have put our dry rub on here. We've let it in the refrigerator for about an hour, so it's soaked in a little bit. Pretty simple. Just going to put this in the center of the grill. Indirect heat, so make sure you don't have the burner directly underneath it on. And this is going to be done in an hour and 10 minutes. Make sure it gets about 165, 70 degrees, and it will be done here on Cook Like a Bastard. So it's been a little bit over an hour. Let's see how the chicken's doing. Oh, it is nicely blackened here, exactly the way we want it. We're going to take our thermometer here, make sure she's done. And she is done. She is plenty done, as a matter of fact. But look at the beauty of this. And this is really what you love about the beer can chicken, is that it's crispy on the outside, and the inside is going to be moist because of the beer can you put in there. So let's get this off of the grill and just put it on our little plate here. Oh, it looks so proud and so happy to say thank you for being my meal here on Cook Like a Bastard. All right, so our bastard bakers have been on for a little more than an hour, and I can tell by the way they look, they are well done. I'll take this off here. One got a little extra done because it actually fell on the lower grill. You got to be careful about these things. Let's just open one of these up so we kind of see what it looks like. And there you go. You got your nummy flavor goodness in there, and it's the flavor of the pepper and the garlic's gone throughout the throughout the potato, and it's a great way to accompany any meal here on Cook Like a Bastard. Hey, how about a quick little tasty treat to build on the grill while you're cooking some of your other food? I recommend asparagus. This is going to be so quick, so stay with us. I've taken about a dozen sticks of asparagus here. I'm going to pour a little olive oil on it. Make sure it's covered. Take a pinch of cayenne. Put a little bit on that. Take a little salt. Pink salt here. It's Cook Like Bastard crystal salt of Cook Like Bastard Studio. And a little pepper. How about a little lemon juice? There you go. Make sure you got all the stuff nicely mixed together. We'll see you out on the grill. As promised, we're out here in the grill. We're going to take our asparagus here and just put it on crosswise, direct heat. Make sure it's hot. Pour your olive oil over here to get a little singeing. That's some tasty goodness here. Just roll it a few times. You're going to keep it on the grill for, about 4 minutes. Just rolling it around a little bit. It's an easy dish. It's quick to make. That's why it's easy here and cook like a bastard. I think about grilling, and I think about America and how we are so privileged in this country to be able to grill, not just on July 4th, but also on July 5th. And that makes the difference between us and, let's say, the people that are on Mars, because they never grill on July 5th, do they? They don't. Little tip. Boy, that was quick. About 4 or 5 minutes. These things are done. They're perfectly tender. They're perfectly seasoned. They're a great meal here on Cook Like a Bastard. Look what we brought together here. We did our beer can chicken, which is so crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. I guarantee it. You can see how our spices just browned very nicely. Our bastard bakers here with the jalapenos and garlic and olive oil and salt and pepper. Very nice and crispy and very fragrant. And then our very quick asparagus. Boy, this was easy. This was just lemon, olive oil, a little cayenne. Simple, and it's good. Hey, join us next time on Cook Like a Bastard, and we'll make something that you want, just like this, on Cook Like a Bastard.
He cooks like a bastard, so can you. He's not a bastard, but cooks like one too. Don't miss that little something and cook like a bastard today.
David, TV.